So, hi everyone. I'm here today with Jackie, who is a body empowerment photographer. Hi Jackie, it's lovely to have you with us.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
Right, so if people haven't heard of you, just give us a little rundown about what you do.
Okay, so I'm a creative at heart. My soul feels dormant actually if I don't have art and creativity in my life. I have experimented with different forms of art. So I used to do fashion and design,
Okay.
made my own clothes. Then I experimented and dabbled a little bit with traditional black and white photography in the darkroom. And then I went on to study photography in the digital side of things. So yeah, I'm a
Wow.
self-portrait photographer, but
Oh,
specializing
fantastic.
in the whole body empowerment photography.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. So really varied with what you do, but very specific as well.
Yeah, I guess so. I've got like lots of creative strings to my bow. So I bring
Yeah.
the elements of the fashion and design into the sessions when I'm working with my clients, but I also bring, yeah, just like loads of different sides of it to the sessions and to working with people, because I
Yeah.
also bring the elements of my health and social care background to it as well with the people skills.
Okay, fantastic. And you can see as well from your photography that you do draw on all of that. And you can see that each shoot is really individual for the person.
Yeah, well, it's kind of evolved how it has, but I think it's really important because we're all individual beings and all unique. And I want to capture the essence of the person that I'm photographing in the room. So I make life difficult for myself by making it completely different. Well, trying to make it different for everybody. I mean, I have my general workflow, but when I work with my clients, we talk about what they want to achieve and what they like. And so there are elements that are specific to what they've asked for and their requirements. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fabulous. Fabulous. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today is like the process that you go through with your clients. You can see that it's a really healing one. The product that comes out, you can see these women have really been on a journey.
Yeah.
And it's just wonderful to see such empowered women. So when talking about healing, what does that kind of mean to you?
Healing. Oh, Lara.
The big one.
That's for another podcast, surely. Specific for that question. Um, well, I think for me, what I've kind of come to the conclusion of for me on my own journey is it's about finding a place of acceptance for what's been.
Hmm.
Um, we all experience things in life and have circumstances that happen, and they are our own individual stories, but the feelings and the emotions that are the outcome of those experiences are all very similar to someone else's. It just might
Yeah,
be on a different intensity. Um, and I think for me, healing is about that place of acceptance of what's happened because we can't change it.
absolutely.
Um, and through trying to change the fact that it happened, you're just prolonging the pain and the misery that you're feeling. So for me, I would say healing is finding that place of acceptance and learning to listen to your body
Amazing.
and to kind of tune into yourself and respond from a place that feels right for you with
Yeah,
that knowledge and that awareness.
brilliant. So that's a really kind of creative and spiritual process then that, you know,
I
you've kind
guess, yeah.
that
It's
you've
kind of
been,
just evolved over time.
yeah.
Never set out to photograph nude ladies. But I think with most things, especially creative stuff, I think it evolves through your own journey and your own experiences, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So when did you think that or realize that, you know what, photography, that's the medium I'm going to go with that's kind of that
Mm.
form of healing for people.
I think again, it all just happened by accident. I mean,
Brilliant.
I've always known that I was a creative, and like I was mentioning, I've dabbled with different mediums, like not spiritual mediums,
Yeah.
but like different artistic, creative mediums. So I would make my own clothes find magazines, rip the patterns out, make them, but adapt them to my own taste. I done art. I used to draw and paint, and then I went to art college, and I discovered photography there. I think my dad was always into photography when I was younger, so that kind of sparked an interest. But then when I went to college,
Yeah.
learned how to do black and white photography. There was something there. It just like really lit a fire in me. But I didn't go on to study photography. I went on to study fashion and design
Yeah.
and studied photography a lot later on in life.
Yeah. Oh,
But
brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
To answer the question.
Yeah, perfectly. Actually, it's really beautiful. So, how do you feel then that your kind of journey, because everyone goes into something for a reason, obviously,
Yeah.
but it starts with something that's like the catalyst that's like, okay, no, this is what I really want to do. This is the kind of thing that makes me want to empower women and get women, being the best but raw self.
I think when I was younger, I used to find it really difficult to verbally express how I felt about things.
Hmm.
So I used to write poems and I used to draw to express myself. And then I discovered photography and I just loved photographing people because I quite liked being around people. And I started studying photography when I was also working in health and social care.
Okay.
So I was doing it as an evening course, but I never really had the balls, I suppose, to go out and think that I could be good enough in
Yeah.
photography. And I stayed within the health and social care work for about 27 years.
Okay.
Um, and then it was 2020. I was just like, I need a break. And art is a part of me, and I'm not fulfilling that part of me.
Mhm.
So I left to set up my business as a portrait photographer, I think, but not really knowing exactly what I was doing. And then it just kind of evolved.
Yeah.
I just was playing and just kind of trying different things, trying to find my area that I wanted to work in. And although I enjoyed working with people and really love working with people, actually capturing people's essence and spirit, as in their personality, there was still something quite missing for me.
Yeah.
And I was photographing general portraits, but I was like, this isn't enough. I need to do something else. Then 2020 happened. I met a creative mentor coach who
Hmm.
used to be a photographer whose work I followed. And I started working with her. And through working with her, I ended up doing a collection of self portraits around the grief that I experienced when I was really young.
Yeah.
And and then that opened up a whole other can of creative worms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I suppose with the self kind of portraits and things like that, it is about that kind of authentic and raw kind of image that you get and having to be really honest about it because there's not much that you can hide
Not really.
from that.
Can't hide from yourself, can you? As much as you
No,
might try. Yeah,
no.
it I yeah, I'm just thinking back to the days when I was doing it because it was amongst obviously that time that the world had come to a standstill as well. So I was really having to face a lot of home truths, a lot of what had happened in the past,
Hmm.
coming to terms with grief and how that had kind of overtaken, stolen my life in a way, is how
Yeah.
I see it. Um, and just expressing it. And it was quite funny because I lived in a house with some other people and I was on the top floor, which I rented. It was their house, quite a big house. And they worked from home. And I was doing this one image of myself where I'd wrapped myself up in a voile, like see-through cloth.
Yeah.
And I was screaming, but I couldn't scream properly because he was downstairs in the house. So I had to do a
Right.
silent scream. So I'm like, yeah, wrapped up in like voile with no clothes on, pretending
Yeah.
to scream and then thinking, is he going to come upstairs and want to talk to me at any minute? But yeah, when I look back at the images, I can look back at them now without crying or without feeling
Wow.
like a sense of overwhelm.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
they're
Okay.
quite powerful to look at.
That is really powerful. And it's such an external kind of thing, but to deal with really internally, it's quite that
Yeah.
deep sense of like your being that is then being portrayed on this, very external kind of portrait. And
Yeah, but I think that's why it's so why art can be so therapeutic and so powerful is because I mean with doing the self-portraits of myself, I really kind of expressed everything that was there in
yeah,
these images, which is probably why I haven't put them all over the place at the moment because I'm trying to work out the best place to put them and how I want to display them and what I want to do with them. But yeah, it's you then can't hide, can you?
no.
It's
And I suppose for someone doing it for the first time, like you experienced
Mhm.
yourself, that's quite an unfiltered, like vulnerable, bare process to go through that you really have to kind of dig deep and just pull it out to get the desired effects. As we said, you can't hide from any of that. That's
No, you
just
can't.
no. What would you say for any woman who was like going through it for the first time, like that stood in front of you to kind of like what advice would you give them as someone who went through it themselves? Like,
It's different, I think, when I'm photographing someone else to when I photograph myself. Obviously,
yeah,
it's a different
yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah,
But I guess what I mean is the type of photographs I'm taking for them aren't quite as dark as
yeah.
mine were
Okay.
because I know my full emotions and feelings and what I wanted to express. So I was
Yeah,
able to be really out there. And it took a lot of time, a lot of
yeah.
thought process. When I photograph the ladies that come to me to be photographed, they're coming for a couple of reasons. Well, lots of different reasons, I think, but people come to me generally when they're at a place where they're ready to celebrate,
Okay.
ready to feel, step into that unknown and
Yeah,
celebrate, and to recognize that they've done blooming amazing, you know.
yeah.
That their
Absolutely.
body's remarkable because of what it my tagline is. Well, I've got lots of taglines, but the body is remarkable because of what it does for you, not what it looks like. And I
Yeah.
think when people come to me, not everyone has experienced something that has been traumatic, but people are either coming to celebrate just because they want to celebrate their body, or they're coming to me because they've experienced a really challenging chapter which is coming to an end.
Mm,
Um, and they're ready to see themselves as they are and find acceptance with who they are. Because a lot of the women that come to be photographed by me, when it's in this kind of type of niche,
yeah.
is because they're lacking confidence in their body. And that often goes so far back into childhood,
Yeah.
and quite often the people that influence our thoughts and feelings and give us these beliefs that we adopt
Hmm.
are the people that are the closest to us. Not
Yeah.
always, but often.
Yeah.
And so it's coming to a point, isn't it, of realization that actually just because you don't look like someone told you you should look doesn't mean
Mhm.
there's anything wrong with you.
No.
And so I think the reason it works so well with me is because I have that history of working with people in the health and social side of things. So I've worked with people who have been wheelchair users, people who've had strokes. So a lot of people often say to me if they've had like an operation or something, friends, oh, I'll show you, Jackie, because you get to see loads of nude bodies. So
Yeah.
I think it's just because they feel safe in the environment, in the space I'm in. And
Yeah.
people often say, oh, well, I know you're not going to judge me. Um, and there's something that I give off that leaves them feeling safe and
Yeah.
okay to be here and not feel self-conscious about how their body looks.
That's such a beautiful gift to have, to be able to hold someone and hold that space for someone when they're going through something so emotional and being in a really vulnerable position.
Mm.
And, but so you're holding the space for them, but then also thinking artistically, how do I get this?
Yeah. Well, with my sessions, I do it as part of like the journey that I take these incredible women on, because it's about them discovering on this journey with me
Yeah.
the self-love and the empowerment and body confidence. And so how I've done that is to have at the beginning, before we even look at, because I know that the photographs I'm going to create are going to be beautiful. That's not the thing that I feel I am challenged with when I
Yeah.
work with women. The main priority for me before I even think about photographs is how they're going to feel.
Okay.
So that's what's at the top of my radar, because
Hmm.
I know I've already got everything else in the bag.
Yeah, brilliant.
Um, so I spend time with them and we go through a process during the design consultation talking about what their fears, their worries, and their concerns are, how
Mm.
I can help them overcome those fears and worries, what they want to achieve by the end of the session. And quite often it's like, I'd really like to be nude, but I just don't think I've got the confidence. I'm
Yeah.
like, you will have.
Love it.
And it's about just taking time with them and not giving them pressure. So it's taking
Hmm.
things at everyone's own pace.
Yeah.
And I just take the time to get to know them during the consultation. And also prior to that, if people want to, we can do the body image confidence calls,
Hmm.
which really enables like a really good connection. And I was thinking about this the other day. The reason, like someone said to me, oh, I don't know how you get those expressions in your photographs if you just tell say certain things to people. And I'm like, no, we just turn up on the day and we just take the day as it is. I'm myself.
Yeah.
You'll feel relaxed once you're in the room. And I think that's been built because we've had the design consultation, but
Mm.
also the time if they've booked like the body image confidence calls, because it's just getting to know one another, I think, is the
Yeah.
main thing
Yeah.
first. And then, when someone feels because people aren't going to come and work with me if they don't like me.
No.
So,
No.
so it's like, and then they're going to have to trust me. So through that trust, they open up, and then we kind of build on that rapport and that
Hmm.
relationship, working relationship. And then by the time we get into the room, the only thing really is the nerve-sightedness, which is what people feel. They feel nervous but excited.
Yeah.
And so it's just like a natural bridge to overcome once we get in there, and there's no pressure. And I think because there's no pressure, that takes the pressure off, and then they're like, oh, do you know what? Let's whip it off.
Because that's such a fine line, isn't it, between the nerves and the excitement and that fear of oh no, what's going to come next. But if you know that you can trust someone and be just yourself and that they've got
Yeah.
you and that you can just be you without fear of looking like an idiot, or if you do look a bit like an idiot, it doesn't really matter because no
But
one's looking
hey,
you.
let me just stop you there, Laura. I'm the one that's going to look like an idiot taking photographs because sometimes the positions I get myself into, that
Wrong
needs to be
stances.
recorded if I could have someone in the room.
Oh, I love it. And that'll put people at ease as well.
Exactly. And I do have my happy dances when I'm doing the photo session, when I'm really, really chuffed with an image. I'm like, oh, I get all excited. So it's just, yeah, I think it's just bringing myself and then them bringing themselves. And it's just like a natural progression.
Yeah. You get these women in at the start of this process and
Hmm.
you have these chats with these women and figure out what it is about them that, makes them so special and so wonderful.
Mm.
And then they go on this journey with you. And by the end of it, they're naked and empowered and just wonderful. And this product has come out and these women are then off into the world to be that, most beautiful selves, which they
Yeah.
always were in the first place. They just needed
Yeah.
to,
But then now they've had the space to actually be recognized. I think it's
yeah,
because it's enabling people to be seen and heard.
brilliant. Yeah.
So prior to the session, they come. I also have a PDF document where people fill in like some questions about what they feel about their body and things. So it's really they're giving themselves time. They've actually finally gone, do you know what? I'm worthy of this time.
Yeah.
They're putting that time aside because they're filling in the form. They've contacted me. They're
Hmm.
filling in the form and then they're making the time to go and buy clothes if they want to, or to just think consciously about what they want to achieve about the session. And because they're doing that, all these other things will come into it where they're thinking about just like their journey,
Yeah.
and just their achievements, because that's what it is basically. Your body's done some remarkable things for you, and it's carried you through your darkest days and danced with you through your happiest days. So
Yeah.
it's about celebrating those achievements, isn't it?
That's one of those things that I wish I had paid more attention to when I was a dancer. I
Mm.
spent so many years hating my body and just really being like, oh, well, I've got thunder thighs and, this huge bottom and like all of this. And if I'd just taken a moment and thought, do you know what? Those thighs are so strong and they've been able to carry you through years of dancing. And then looking
Yeah,
back at videos of me dancing and they weren't actually that big.
right. Of course they weren't. We just like magnify things, don't we? And
Yeah.
that's why I guess I'm doing what I do, because um what I don't think we've touched on is like when I was 18, my sister died,
Yeah.
and it had like a complete physical impact on me physically and
Mhm.
psychologically. But at the time, I was only 18, so I didn't recognize that. So
Yeah.
over all these years, it's taken me all this time to realize just how incredible the human body is. And
Yeah.
um, just, I've come to the conclusion my beauty is within me, not outside of me. And
Absolutely.
so I just want to share that message with
Yeah.
women. And I want people to know that they are blooming beautiful just because they don't look like society's, what do you want to call it? Pressures are telling them they should look like, doesn't mean they're not beautiful, because we're not meant to be identical to anyone anyway.
No, and that is beauty, isn't it? That everyone has their. I remember there was this guy when I was younger, and we both had a bit of a crush on each other, and we were very young. It was very sweet, and I said to him that I wanted to get a nose job. I must
Oh,
have been about 12. And he was like, do you know what, Lara? I won't love you anymore if you go and get your nose job because it's going to completely change your face. And I love your face. I love the way your nose makes your eyes look, or, that it
yeah,
balances. And and if it hadn't have been for him, I think by the age of like 18, I would have got boob jobs and have my nose done and all of this. And I would look, and if it does help someone, great. If it
yeah,
does empower someone, wonderful. I don't know. I'll never say no to plastic surgery because
mm,
I never know if I'll want it or not or need it. But in that moment, just having someone say to me, like, I love you because you're you. And it's
yeah,
such a young age for a boy to be saying that as well.
yeah, really young. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing though, isn't it? We can change things externally, but it's not going to change internally.
Yeah.
And and I think that's the message that would benefit a lot of people.
Hmm.
But like you say, if that's what someone wants to do and it genuinely helps them, then that's great if it helps
Yeah.
them. But I think a lot of people are led down this path that if you just have surgery, you'll feel better, or
Yeah.
and I'm not sure I agree. I'm
No,
not
you,
saying wrong, but I'm
yeah.
just, yeah.
You need to do the work, don't you? And the healing and the delving in deep and getting in the muck and then,
Yeah, because we think these thoughts because they've been planted, seeds have been planted into our minds
Mhm.
over so many years from wherever, whether that be society, social, friends, family, whoever,
Mm,
they're adopted over the years and they stay with us. And so, yeah, it doesn't matter whether you have like a boob job or do you know what I mean? It's if you're still kind of thinking about this is for me. I mean, I'm
yeah,
not
absolutely.
judging anyone else that decides that's what they want and that will work. It wouldn't have worked for me because I know that in my mind it was down to how I felt
Yeah.
because of what I was thinking and what I was seeing, what I'd been told.
Yeah. And thinking about like trauma as well being held in the body.
Mm.
I know when I went through my most traumatic kind of periods of time, I ended up with tummy issues and like polycystic ovaries as well.
Mhm.
And everything in my body just started to break down and ended up with quite a few autoimmune things. And it's just
Yeah,
fascinating what it does.
it really is. I mean, the stomach, if you think about it, I know not everyone thinks like pain is connected to emotions, but I think it is a lot of the time. And if you think about like that expression, "Oh, I've got butterflies in my belly because I'm
Yeah,
nervous,"
yeah,
or and then people need to go to the toilet when they're nervous. So I think there's so much in it. And the stomach area, if you look at Chinese things, is all about releasing emotions and feelings. That's the last place it kind of drops out from.
yeah,
Wrong expression, but you know what I mean? It's the last place that it kind of comes out of the body
yeah,
for the final kind of release of everything.
yeah. Well, the stomach is the second brain because
Mm,
it's got the similar tissues and neurons that the brain has. So that
yeah.
feeling that you get where something happens and you feel it drop to the pit of your stomach, that's because it actually is. Your brain is sending signals to your stomach to say, oh, something's happened.
Yeah,
And when I get that feeling, I really do try to listen to it. So
100%.
yeah, that gut feeling. So yeah, you are completely right with that. There is a
Mm.
physiological, like, yeah, reason for it.
And we've got feminine is left, masculine is right, isn't it?
Oh,
Did you
I
not
didn't
know
know
that?
about that. No, that's
Yeah,
fascinating.
on the
Okay.
spiritual side of things, your feminine side is on the left, the
Okay.
being, and the masculine, I think, is on the right, which is the doing. So yeah, if more aches and pains on one side or the other, then it
Oh,
relates to a being sense or a doing.
fascinating. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Look, I love learning stuff. This is great. With the experience that you had with your, self-portraits and that
Mhm.
vulnerability and that rawness and actually sitting in your grief and
Yeah,
then being able to express that, it sounds like you went on quite the journey then to get to where you are today with releasing all of that and figuring out, in yourself where it's being held or those
yeah.
thought patterns and those kind of
It's
things.
it's not fully gone yet. It's never over, is it? I don't think the
No.
healing journey is always like it's a constant roll. It's never done, I don't think. So yeah, and I think that's something that sometimes people can get misguided with thinking, oh, once I know I was, once
Yeah.
I start, it'll all be gone and I'll just be fine. It's not the
Yeah.
case. But it does help because you do change. You
Hmm.
have to because you can never, I don't think you can ever be the same as you were a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, not like whole fully.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it's probably been in the last 5 years that I've really started to just
Yeah.
release a lot of stuff. And it has not been easy. It's
No,
been really hard and painful.
it never is.
No,
Healing is not a nice thing.
no. But I definitely think it started with the portraits.
Yeah.
So
It,
when I was working with that coach, she just said to me, because I write sometimes as well, she just said, your words don't match your photographs. Your photographs are very pretty and fantasy, kind of soft and gentle, but your words are really harsh.
okay.
They go back and see if you can come up with something different. So I did.
Yeah.
Complete opposite now. It's like really dark to the point that some of them I'm very cautious of who I show. Um, but yeah, I'm glad I done them because it
Yeah.
once I'm ready, I've shown them to a few people, but not loads.
Mhm.
But once I'm ready, if I exhibit them, it's almost like, here you go. This is the last 27 years.
Oh, I'll be first in line to come and see that because that
Will
just
you?
sounds
Excellent. I'll
fascinating.
let you
Yeah.
know.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I really like the way that you just said that you're not the person you were before.
Mm,
And it's kind of that realization, yes, that we change and we do move and we evolve. And I think I wouldn't want to be the person I was before all my trauma happened. And she was lovely and she was nice,
Mm.
but she was so naive and just not, you know, I'm
Not
proud
in
of who I
awe.
am today. Yeah.
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 I agree. I don't want to be who I was 5, 6 years ago. I have learned a lot about myself in the last 5, 6 years, and I'm going through a process of like um recognizing the not so great sides as well.
Yes.
But
Love
I
it.
think that's quite liberating to do and quite empowering because you don't have to tell anyone. You can just acknowledge it yourself and
Yeah.
then make the steps to change or adapt things. But yeah, and I definitely don't want to be who I was. And it's the same in terms of bodies, which I think obviously that's everything that I do. Like it's
Mhm.
trying to, I had a one of my confidence calls this morning with a lady and we were talking about it, and she was talking about the transformations that's happened within the 3 sessions that we've had and how differently she's looking at things, and she was saying, I can't believe um I wanted to keep hold of that part of myself, my body. She said, because
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and I think I'd said this to her before, but she perhaps had forgotten. She said, I was thinking about it, and if I wanted my body from 20 years ago, I'd have to have my brain, or in that same sense. And I was like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't have one without the other.
No.
And I definitely don't want my brain from 20 years ago. I
No.
much prefer, I think, because my body's starting to change a lot now, coming up to almost 50. Yeah, I'd much prefer the body that I've got because it's like all those chapters that are wrapped up in it and all those stories it's got to tell and the knowledge and the wisdom that it can carry down to like my niece and my nephew if they want to hear or know, and just anyone else that's interested in what I've got to say or what I do or improving themselves for themselves, then that wouldn't be there. I couldn't gift that to other people if I didn't have my brain and my body from now.
Yeah, absolutely. So it really sounds like your own relationship with your body and your own kind of idea of femininity and your inner voice has kind of evolved and developed into something that is so authentically you.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
it has. Yeah, I mean it's taken about probably what are we 2025, aren't we? Yeah, so it's probably taken about 5, 6 years to really get to like the business has evolved to what it is today. And I had no
Yeah.
anticipation, like I said before, to photograph women nude. It's just sort of evolved. And I love it because it's just, yeah, just seeing people change and seeing their thoughts change and just
Yeah.
how they view themselves change is just lovely to see.
I always say that when I'm either doing like coaching with a client or it's a Reiki session or there's, some psychic stuff that's come through, it's almost like lightning strikes. I
Mm,
get this feeling inside me that's like, boom, okay, no, something's just happened.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Like we've just made a difference. And
yeah.
through healing someone else in that process, it's healing me. And it's
Mm,
changing me in the way that I feel. And every client that's come through my doors has kind of made me grow as a person as well.
yeah,
And that's just such a privileged place to be able to witness someone's evolution and their change.
yeah, definitely. What I love because it is like just the whole process. It's not just the photo session. It's from the minute they approach me and they say, oh, I'd love to do that, but I just don't think I've got the confidence, which is what a lot of people say. Or
Yeah.
love to do what you do, but I just haven't got the confidence. And then it's like, well, let's do the confidence calls then. And then they
Yeah.
jump into but it's that whole process because when I speak to them, I can start to see the change and I
Yeah.
can hear it and see it when they're bringing their ideas to me. And then when we're actually in the photo session, I can kind of see the moment that it's all starting to unravel and the confidence is there. But it's when I'm actually sitting at my computer and looking through all the photographs and I'm like, oh my God, oh look, yes. And I get really excited because I can just see the points at which they're starting to feel more confident in their body, they're standing taller, or they're
Yeah.
like giving me this cheeky look, not in a sexual way, but just this like,
Yeah.
just like they're just, yeah, everything's just changing within them.
Mhm.
And then by the end of the session, and they've got their clothes back on and we're just chatting and stuff, there's just this air of complete confidence, like they could take on the world.
Oh,
And yeah, and I know when they leave that they're going to be leaving a part of themselves behind that doesn't serve them anymore,
yeah. Wow. Okay.
which is the part that came for the ride but didn't really want to be there.
Yeah. Okay. I hadn't thought of that. That's stunning. That's really
Yeah.
beautiful.
And
So,
so it's basically, it's just like not basically because there's a lot to it, but it's the process of unraveling the inner goddess that's hidden deep within their soul. Is
yeah.
there, but she just needs reawakening
Oh,
and kind of unraveling to show
yeah.
herself. And
Oh, beautiful.
she's now got permission to be seen and to unravel and just, but to be seen as she wants to be seen, not how everyone thinks that she should be.
Yeah.
And the
Um,
session at the end of the day is purely for her. So she doesn't want the photographs going anywhere. They won't be shown anywhere without her permission. But like, we're doing the photo session for them. So they've
mhm.
got something to remember. So when they look at the images after, whether that be like a framed art piece or a folio box, it's not just the images that they're seeing. And I would 99% say that when they look at the images, it's not actually the image that they're feeling first. It's being taken back to that moment in time
Mhm.
when only they will know what was going on in their head and how
Mhm.
they physically felt. So they'll be looking at the images and then they're on a bad, shitty day, perhaps they're looking at them and then it will remind them, oh my God, you know what? I can do so much.
Mm.
I done this. I remember I broke through my barriers, my boundaries on that day. I kind of cracked it.
Yeah.
Just having that reminder there.
Gosh, it's such an incredible thing that you've created and you give to people that gift. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So, if you could give one piece of advice for someone who's starting out on the journey of healing or that empowerment kind of side of things, what would
Yeah.
it be?
I thought about this last night when I was thinking about the session, and I think I did make a few notes, and I think I have to read it because I can't put it all into
No,
context.
that's
But
fine.
I've got, don't rush the process, no matter how challenging it may be. Can't speak, and do not ignore the signs your body is giving you. You are receiving them for a reason, so feel into them and respond from that place. So yeah, it's definitely not going to be a 5 minute quick fix.
Yeah,
It takes time, but when you can find that place, just and just the recognition that it's not going to be easy and there might be some tears and hard
mhm.
days, but there's no failing involved. It's all part of the process.
Yeah. I don't think anything like good or lasting comes from a 5 minute quick fix
No,
because you're not actually learning. That's like slapping on, a plaster onto a gaping wound. And it's,
yeah,
yeah, for 5 seconds that's going to hold, but that dam is going to burst.
it really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing is ever failing in my view. It's just
Yeah.
learning how not to do it next time so you can
Yes.
remold it. It's just
Yeah.
if we just look at life as being an experiment, a really long
Absolutely.
one.
Because this is our first turn around the sun, right? In this, we
Yeah.
haven't done this before. This is and I have to keep reminding myself, like when I do
Mm.
mess up, because I fuck up a lot. That
Don't we all? No
yeah,
one's perfect.
and I have to keep reminding myself, like, well, I didn't know, so I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just going to learn for the next time and
Yeah.
do better.
And
And
yeah, exactly. And so long as you're not harming anyone in the process,
mhm,
you know,
yeah,
just learn from it and move forwards.
yeah. Oh, you're wonderful. You are wonderful.
Ah, Lara.
So, if people want to come and find you, and
Yeah.
work with you or connect with you or just have a conversation with you, how would they find you? And what is it that you offer them?
So there's a number of different ways. So if I just talk through what I offer,
Yeah.
my main signature offering, if you like, is my body empowerment photography sessions. So I'm based in Suffolk.
Hmm.
Where I do the photography sessions, they also have, it's a beautiful 19th century converted barn.
Oh.
They also have like an Airbnb attached to
Hmm.
it. So if you're not local to me, we can arrange it so that you can stay there for the night before or after. I would say before, so you're refreshed for the session. Um, I also offer online one-to-one body image confidence calls. So that's something obviously that can be done online. We talk about how you feel about your body so I can help you come back home to your body and reframe with you how to view your body so you start to become friends again.
Yeah.
So I've got like I think it's a transformation package that's free 1 hour sessions with about 2 weeks in between. And then I also do, I'm just trying to think because things are changing up a little bit at the moment. I also do body image discussions that I'm kind of pulling back from the doing them in person at the moment because I'm
Mhm.
reevaluating a few things. But if it's something that someone wants me to do with like a group that they have or something like that, then just to get in touch. And I have my social media. So I've got my website page, which is jackiecooperphotography.co.uk. I've still got a couple of pages to upload onto there. So like my gallery of goddesses, I'm in the process of sorting out. And then I've got my Instagram page, which is body underscore empowerment underscore photography. And then it's just body empowerment photography on Facebook, but I'm more prevalent on Instagram. I think
Brilliant.
that's it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, and I have got a Words of Wisdom newsletter. So if people wanted to sign
Ooh,
up to my newsletter, that's on my at the bottom of my website. But I can also, if they want the email, if they want the link, then I can send it to them if they come and find me on my social media.
fabulous. I think everyone needs to come and check you out and contact you and just talk to you. Because I know from conversations we've had in the past, I've left just being like, I can do anything.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Wow.
Self-belief.
Yeah. Oh, well, you are just absolutely fabulous and fascinating and just wonderful. And I would really like you to come back and talk to me again.
I will. I'd love that. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
And who knows, maybe I'll come next year and whip my kit off and get
I
some
think you should,
get some
Laura.
photos with myself. Yeah.
Definitely.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll be in
Jackie,
touch.
thank you so much for your time today. You've
You're
just been
welcome.
incredible.